Later I became wildlife biologist and scientist thanks to that modern JACKAL. My first met with this species and my first started in 1994. In the last years, maybe unfortunately, I became mainly a manager in the university and the director of our institute and seeing the problem of the practice, I try to see the more practical background of the wildlife management and the nature conservation. What does it mean? And first of all, what does wildlife management and nature conservation mean? During these activities, we usually have to decide we would like to a special active member of the ecosystem, and we would like to manage the ecosystem, or we would like to also follow the natural process there. Usually, we do not want, or we are not enough time to decide these differences. However, I think it's in the modern world, every natural habitats are under huge human pressure. That is human-dominated habitats, as here in the KERKINI lakes as well. And if these habitats are human-dominated, I think, and this is my personal opinion, we have to manage this habitat. And we have to try to do a good management of our national resources. What does it mean in both cases? In both the wildlife management and both the nature conservation, we try to manipulate the habitat. These are the indirect activities. And we try to manipulate the population dynamics of the different species. And this manipulation, the direct manipulation, belongs to the special issue, the predator management issues, which is both the indirect and the direct management of the natural resources. What are the most important goals of the PM, of the predator management? The first and most important goal in case of the rare and endangered species, to protect and to conserve the species, protect for the future species. We know, all of us, we know well the lot of activities which we carried out in the last decades for the predators. But we have more and more common predator species, even medium-sized and large carnivore species. And in this case, we try to regulate the impact of this species on the nature, and in some cases we have to try to regulate or manipulate the population size of these common species, because they behave as an invasive species. Looks like a jackal. Let's see what happens with the jackal population in Hungary and in Serbia and some other countries as well. And we have some typical conflict species, like brown bear, and in some cases gray wolf as well. They are sometimes common species, sometimes rare species. It depends on the country and continent and the situation. But in both cases, we have to manage the conflicts between the human and the predators, and not the impact for the population or any others. What does the predator management in the practice? And the real question is it really possible to manipulate the common mesopredator species population? We can decide whether it's stable, decreasing or increasing or not. First of all, I have to give a clear definition what does predator management mean, and what is the huge differences between the predator management and predator eradication, which happened in the past in a lot of cases, and which was a really bad practice of the humans. So, first of all, we carried out a well-defined purpose. Originally, when Tao and Antonia started to manage this meeting, they mentioned that the biggest problem here with the pelicans, the Balkans and the white pelicans as well, and they hypothesis or they see this problem caused by the predators which are also here in the surrounding Kerkini Lake. So in that case, the well-defined purpose, how we can help the pelican with the background of the wildlife management and nature conservation with the different indirect and direct action. Naturally, all of these actions have to be based on the biological and local knowledge, and the other the scientific and the local knowledge. Have to plan and coordinate it, have to control, have to monitor, and can be evaluated economically. Economical evolution means, in case of the nature conservation, we have to see the population increasing after our activities as well. So the question, is it possible or not? The following data related to my small project related to small game management, red fox and the European hare, both the two target species. Our hypothesis were, if we can regulate the red fox population, the European hare population will increasing, and this will be an economical incoming possibilities for the game management units. Please note that the European hare is not an important food source of the red fox. It's secondary or third or fourth important only in the case of the red fox feeding of it. The red fox is a small rodent eater, similarly like what the jackal, as Dushko showed us some minutes ago or some hours ago. So we had 3 different study sites in the Hungarian Great Plains. The area means the area of the hunting ground where we were, and we, based on the dams, estimated the population size of the red fox in every area, how many individuals we have per 1,000 hectares. You can see the results. After it, we checked the population increasing of the red fox. So we collected the carcasses. These were collected by during legal hunting events, estimated the sex ratio, estimated the active female ratio, and also estimated the average number of the calves based on the placenta calves in every case. So we know the potential increasing in every study site. We calculated 2 different ways. The first is the column number 1, based on the zoological basic results. So we count with the sex ratio is 1:1, and the average number, every female is active, and the average number of calves is 5 in case of the red fox in the Central European area. The column second, in every case, showed the data which we collected from the field. So based on the exact sex ratio, based on the major number of calves, and based on the active ratio of the active females. You can see the differences, and in the last columns shows the hunting back in the hunting ground. If we would try to manipulate or regulate the fox population in the area, we have to shot more than the potential increasing of the population. And we can see in two areas we can do it. In one area we cannot do it, or it's not we, our hunters can do or cannot do it. Based on the estimated population size and the hunting bag size, we can calculate the hunting rate, how many percent of the estimated population size was shot by the hunters. And as you can see, if the hunting rate is higher than 1.5, the hunters really can regulate the red fox population. Okay, so the first question we didn't answer. We can regulate the red fox population using legal background, follow the EU and the Hungarian Hunting Act regulation, but we can regulate the red fox population. The question whether it is good or not good for us. So let's see the results, and let's see what happened with the European hen. Not the population, the European hen hunting bag is a little bit better index of this story. And you can see if we can increase the pressure on the red fox population, the red fox population will decrease, and parallel with it, the target species, the important species for us population started to increase. So we can do it if we want. And this, the data before is based on the field study. This data is based on the now which are in the table, based on the database of the Hungarian Game Management database. And if we see it in the country level, the results was the same. So not only the local, but in country level, the result was the same. If we can increase the hunting pressure on the red fox population and the hunting ratio will higher than 1.5, the hunting bag of the European herd immediately starting to increase. It is not a new thing, because although Leo was one of the first real wildlife biologists and game manager, tried to summarize what does the game management means, the most important basic of the game management. We have to know the density of our small or protected potential prey species density. Have to know the predator species density. All of this knowledge is in Theo hand at the moment here in the category. We have to know the feeding habits of the predator species, the condition of the population of the prey species, and let's see will we have any alternative prey or not. Just an example, what does habitat manipulation mean? How we can do a platform for the pelicans here in the category. Based on the previous results and our practice, I have some advices for the pelicans management. So the wildlife management and the nature conservation based on indirect and direct action. Let's see the first, the indirect action. We started with the habitat manipulation. It seems that the pelicans' breeding area is not occurring everywhere in the lake. There are some places where the platform and the native nest aggregation areas. It is very important for us because in this very special dense and wetland area, the regulation or manipulation of the predator population, it looks impossible. It is not a well-opened area like the Hungarian breed place. But the pelicans are used during the breeding season, the small habitat, the small area. It's not more than some 100 hectares. And the manipulation of some 100 hectares is possible if we want. So, first of all, we have to improve the habitat for the pelicans. What does it mean? More platforms, less predators, direct protection with fences, lights, and any known reason. We have to do more safety habitats, especially during the breeding season for the pelicans. On the other hand, and this is the reason that I use habitat manipulation and not habitat improvement, there are differences. We would like to help to the pelicans, but we do not want to help to the predators. So we have to degrade the same habitat for the predators, less use, have to collect every carcasses and every garbage from this area. I think it's a very good habitat where we can try the condition taste aversion protocol. It's a very interesting solution. We can try fences, lights together, so altogether less irritable habitats for the predator. And there are some direct costs, direct manipulation. In case of the pelicans, this direct manipulation means every activity which have during the nesting, egg-laying, incubation, and rearing. And on the other hand, in case of the jackal and other predators, in parallel with the alarm and the others, we have to use the equipment of the hunting. Refuse, traps, and try to do a jackal-proof areas, a jackal-proof buffer around the pelicans platform and pelican area, and it's possible based on the Hungarian practice. Thank you for your attention.